Welcome again on what was called when I was growing up Homecoming Sunday. Did anybody have, or Rally Day? I now realize the concept was just sort of like, come back from the lake. Come back. So thank you for being here in person and welcome you who are joining on our live stream. I invite you now to let ourselves arrive a bit more fully. I know it is honestly my hope that we each hear something, leave here with something of a gem, or even one question, a bit of inspiration. So let's take some deeper breaths, breathing in peace, breathing out worry, breathing in hope, breathing out fear. And as you are moved, I invite you to join me in a spirit of prayer. God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of all our hearts be acceptable in your sight, our rock and our redeemer. Amen. We are learning about the atmosphere of extrasolar planets, and we are uncovering some of the building blocks of life elsewhere in the universe. And we are studying stars as they are forming in their dusty cocoons. And we can see the heated material that points to the beginnings of planetary systems. We've been operating from a paradigm of understanding that after the Big Bang, the universe was basically a hot soup of particles. And when everything began to cool, the atoms began to ionize, and that allowed light to move on its own, and the universe was no longer opaque. But it would still be a few 100 million years after that Big Bang before there was light, like real light, like let there be light kind of light. Scientists believe that the ultraviolet and visible light emitted by the very first objects have been stretched, or what they call redshifted, by the universe, continual expansion. The James Webb Space Telescope was designed to see this light and to answer some of these questions about the first light. The images from the telescope are stunning. Have you all seen some of them? I mean, they're just spectacular, breathtaking, gorgeous. Cosmic cliffs, nebulas with blue and red and gold, deep fields of purple explosions. But as incredible as the photos have been, they have started to unsettle, because the data is starting to point out what aren't minor discrepancies. There's enough that many are starting to ask, is our operating paradigm wrong? As Professors Adam Frank and Marcelo Gleiser write, perhaps the solution to the problems the web is forcing us to confront will require only that cosmologists come up with a new dark something that will allow our picture of the universe to continue. And have you noticed that when scientists, if they're not sure, they just try to patch up an old theory for a while, right? But now there's so much data coming in that challenges what we thought we knew, that there is another possibility entirely. Are you ready for it? We may be at a point where we need a radical departure from the standard model, one that may even require us to change how we think of elemental components of the universe, possibly even the nature of space and time. And they go on to tell us how hard it is to see beyond an existing paradigm, because as the kids told us, our brain just knows what it knows. And as you heard, scientists are haunted by the ghosts of basic assumptions hiding in the unseen tools we use. And I can hardly begin to process this idea that every act of observation influences the future and maybe even the past. Like, what if we need to rethink how we thought about and are thinking about the entire universe? What if we thought we knew more than we did? And what if some of these old paradigms were built on assumptions that we now know are incomplete or wrong? I wonder if this is true for the cosmos, but also way down true for us on planet Earth, too. What I mean is that what if some of our assumptions about what would always be are wrong? And what if our assumptions about one another are wrong? And what if some of our ideas about what is possible are wrong? And what if some ideas about our ability to influence are wrong? What if we have far more power than we knew? And so in biblical phrasing, in the wisdom from our ancient text, what if we are living in a time that is asking us to sing some new songs? We give thanks for the songs that have carried us here to this moment. We give thanks for the theories that have allowed us to keep questing and to arrive where we are. And also, what if the universe is inviting us to let go of what we thought we knew? What if in big and little ways we human beings are being asked to acknowledge the ghosts of assumptions hiding unseen right here in our everyday lives? What are the new songs beckoning to us? What paradigms are we being called to question? How can we keep evolving? That's a question I have asked myself a lot lately, and I have joked that I wish I could plug myself in, like the smartphone that says you will wake up with iOS 1.6.2 uploaded with a cheery message. Your operating system has been upgraded. Nicole 5.0 is ready. Wouldn't that be nice? But that's not how it works. I believe that being willing to evolve leads to a rich and powerful life, but also many opt out because it's easier just to stay doing what we're doing. Or they pretend that doing it on their own, alone, apart from any kind of community is possible. I know I am biased, but I don't see a lot of success among those who think they've got it. In fact, when someone tells me they got it, I might run the other way. In my experience, being willing to let go of old paradigms or to challenge one's own assumptions or to be regularly willing to change one's mind when new information comes requires a certain amount of intention. I watch how quickly many people default to the ego stance of digging in. Have you seen that? Even when you get more information, instead of shifting, it's like, dig in harder. But what if the universe is inviting us to let go of what we thought we knew? And what if doing that gives space for possibilities we cannot yet perceive? As many of you know, our church is embarking on quite a few experiments, including what I mentioned in worship, how we are structured, how we build community. And this willingness to try new things has been really glorious to be a part of. And thank you for being willing to evolve. In part because it is allowing us occasions to acknowledge assumptions we've made that are hiding right here, assumptions about why people come, what they need, what kind of music they like, assumptions about economic circumstances or family situations. What if we could let go of some of that? And we're going to take a minute right here, and we're going to do something vulnerable. And I invite you to partake as your move, but we're going to turn to the person next to us and say one thing that we might be being invited to let go of in terms of what we thought we knew. All right. You got like 45 seconds. Turn to someone next to you. And you on the live stream, ponder for a second. How are you being called to evolve? Okay, beloved of God, you will see that we've added a time for talking. And it'll be after we sing God Be With You, but I wanted to just kind of get your juices flowing to practice that. So what if from the vastness of the cosmos all the way down here, what if we are being invited to let go of what we thought we knew? And what if we have power far beyond our imagining? Because what if every act of observation itself influences? Richard Rohr wrote, "The atoms and molecules that existed at the Big Bang are the same atoms and molecules right here and now." Isn't that wild? We are stardust. So if things will change, but how? And how we will evolve along with it. What are the new paradigms and possibilities we cannot yet see? What are the new songs we long to sing? Let us dare to. May it be so. Amen.
Greetings to you wherever you are watching this. For those of you whom I have yet to meet in person, I'm Reverend Nicola Marsh, pastor here at Community UCC. And we see that people like you are watching our live stream each week. And because of this, we are excited to be embarking upon an experiment. And we need you. If you are engaging with us regularly, finding meaning in what we are about, we would like to extend a special invitation for you to be among the first CUCC digital disciples. For signing up for just $10 a month, you will receive a t-shirt with the new CUCC logo. And we are also exploring the idea of offering other content to those of you who are part of this new and growing area of digital ministry. Sign up to support us in this new way at cuccboulder.org/support by clicking on the yellow donate tab and noting you are a digital disciple in the instructions. Or as always, we welcome an old-fashioned check mailed to us at CUCC, P.O. Box 3646, Boulder, Colorado 80307. Thank you for being and building beloved community with us, and thank you for your gift, whatever it might be.